time for Motohop on Air.
Welcome to episode 42.
Ooh.
That it marks 3 for the year, I believe, if Sleepy's still keeping count.
And we are just overachievers.
Overachievers.
That's us.
Yeah, recording this July 2nd, 10:22 p.m., right on time. Coming to you on a delayed live recording from Moto One Podcast Network Studio East, top floor tonight.
We should have like a new motto. Like, I don't know. I guess we could just stick with one crisis at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Usually there's a crises excuse.
What are our crises other than dogs?
Usually it's other things. There was a couple nights like I had a stomach ache or you did, or you had a work crisis delay getting back to podcasting. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have a work deadline, a fire.
Yeah.
Stuff and things.
Yeah. As my one friend puts it, semi-frequently I end up dealing with the heat death of the universe, which just really overly complicated problems that shouldn't exist and sometimes just don't have a solution.
Yeah.
But yeah, top floor tonight. One of the pups isn't feeling great.
No, our dogs had actually been really good for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I did the stupid thing of trying to change dog food, and she's just
revolting.
Tummy bubble. So if one of us ends up disappearing, the other one will ad-lib. Is that what it's calling?
I can't wait to watch you ad-lib.
Whoever hears the tummy bubbles first will disappear.
Well, what is in your cup?
I have water,
mm-hmm.
And I also grabbed a Gatorade. We are kind of into these lower sugar, no artificial flavored ones right now.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
As we continue to recover from the weekend of festivities and fun.
Yeah, at band camp.
We are no longer band camp virgins, correct. I believe was the terminology, yes. And I think we are past it. So we have popped that cherry, I suppose one would say.
Yeah.
And what do you have? I
have a limoncello LaCroix. And then I also, I haven't drank since band camp, but decided to do a little splash of Wild Turkey 101, some Shankies, topped off with some ginger ale. I think it's delicious.
Shankies is back in the picture.
Yeah. There was a distinctive lack of Shankies.
There was. I thought of that after the fact.
Yeah. I thought about it about halfway through. There was a lot of rum and Coke going on between me and Johnny Mac.
Surprisingly whiskey forward tonight.
Yeah. I don't think it's too bitey or anything.
No, it just always seemed like straight sugar and vanilla extract. So it's very interesting that... What'd you put in the ginger ale?
Ginger ale, Shankies, Wild Turkey 101.
Oh, it's the Wild Turkey I taste.
Just a tiny amount.
I know, but
maybe
you already had like the whiskey undertones and you just enhanced it.
Sure. So, yeah, past weekend was band camp. I guess if we don't want to go entirely out of order, since the last episode, we did figure out a camper and a truck solution.
Big surprise. Yeah. We showed up to band camp with a brand new crib. And told nobody.
Johnny Mac knew, sort of.
He's on the inside.
I sent him a picture because we were talking about motorhome stuff. Ended up trading the BMW X5 for a 2014 Dodge Ram 1500 with the 3.6 liter Pentastar V6.
And how do you feel about that choice up to this point?
I mean, pretty decent. It's got some weird transmission stuff going on. Managed to fix that by turning off the torque converter clutch in several of the gears. Slightly disappointed because it runs a ZF 8-speed like the BMWs. But this one is built by Chrysler, licensing the design from ZF. So you take all of the fantastic ZF design and then drop the production or the quality control, like even if it's just 10%. And apparently a bunch of stuff happens.
Now, first big truck.
Yeah. I mean, big as far as 1,500.
The last one you had was not big.
No, I know, but I'm saying like it's not a 2,500, 3,500. It's not a class 5. I mean, technically, we do have a class 6 motorhome, so.
I don't really know what that means. Does that mean we have to pay more on the turnpike?
It depends on the turnpike. Most go by axles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So no, now we pay more. Because now we're 3 axles. Yeah.
It's all right. Never bet on the turnpike with one of the motorhomes.
Nope. Went and stared at a bunch of campers.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, overall, I guess moral, the too long didn't read version. Mm-hmm. The toter home is available for sale. We have a little bit of shuffling of things we need to do and a little fine tuning that we want to do before we release it. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, if anyone is familiar with and excited about the toter home, it's available.
Yep.
There is definitely elements that we cannot duplicate or replace.
Yeah.
In what we have gone with. Things we will miss for sure, like the mini split.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the energy efficiency of the mini split. At some point, I'll recreate a battery system like I put in that. We have a solution for now. And
it would be, you can drive it. It's definitely like drivable and all that stuff, but it would also be a really great opportunity for someone if they have like a barn or something like that, like they want to park it at.
Well, if you had a little plot of land
as an
somewhere,
apartment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit luxury for a camper, which I would still go for it.
Yeah.
It was great for us for what we had it for. So I'll get some pictures and a video probably posted on my Instagram. I'll tag you or something if you want to share it, even before it's officially final, but hopefully soon, once the weather is no longer triple digits, we'll get out there and be able to like scrub it down and stuff, what we want to do.
I know it's not just us, but holy smokes, has it been a warm one.
It's only been, luckily it's temporary. It's not like we live in Arizona.
Yes. I'm just glad it wasn't this for band camp.
We all would have died. So tomorrow's going to be the last day in the 90s, and then it's going to dip down to even in the 70s this weekend.
Yeah.
So it should be very comfortable.
In rain like the whole time, right?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Chance. There's always a chance.
Yeah.
So yeah, we wanted to go with something that was more disconnectable with the bike, so you could take bikes now even if we aren't camping. Mm-hmm. And if we did want to camp somewhere long term, which is something we've talked about off and on now that you're remote working, that we would be able to park the camper, but still grab groceries or something else if we had the dogs with us even. And also, do you want to mention the new format and how things are going to shift really quick? So if people wanted to hear like the news first, we'll put like the timestamp down in the notes. Were you still planning on doing that?
Yeah.
Just so people have a heads up before we get too deep into this.
Sure. I was just going to throw it in the notes, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
said. I'm going to try and timestamp the news for people if they want to jump over our banter. Yeah.
Or listen to it in a different order or whatever you want to do based on your availability and preference.
Yep. There's a bunch of other changes like that we'll talk about once we get through
because we do have a lot of listeners who know us personally, so to them they're probably more interested in the banter. If you're here for just the news, thanks for the download.
Yeah. So went and stared at 15 different camper layouts.
At least we went to 4 different locations.
Yeah. Looked at a bunch of pre-owned models, a bunch of new models. Ended up settling on a Winnebago 18RK. Which is a rear kitchen.
So how long is it? It's not 18 though. Or is it?
Which portion?
I don't know.
The numbers don't mean anything.
Great.
The overall length from coupler to bumper, or the exterior length as quoted by Winnebago, is 22 feet 6 inches.
Okay. So it may actually be close to 18.
Some portion of it is 18 feet long.
So probably 19.
Depends on where you measure
small.
It.
That's what I'm going with. Is it still pretty small, but good enough for us.
Yeah. So, as we mentioned earlier in this, went to band camp. If you're not familiar, that is put on by the Pittsburgh Vintage Scooter Club.
Has nothing to do with
some of their
bands
associated friend in, I think, adjacent clubs. Yes, named Band Camp because it is held at a band camp, Toronto Band Fathers, which, depending on where you pull it up and how you pull it up, is either in Toronto, Ohio, or Irondale, Ohio.
Neither of which most people have probably ever heard of.
No. Closest,
city.
Yeah, not like Cleveland or Columbus big, but Steubenville.
Yeah, people have at least heard of that.
Yeah. So, rained most of the time.
It was very hilly.
Oh, getting there.
Getting there was borderline traumatic.
You were really enjoying the last...
By dramatic, you mean pooping myself.
10, 15 minutes worth of driving.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
Doing narrow roads, Amish people.
Clutching your door handle.
Wildlife.
Oh, yes. All of the wildlife.
Yes. Nothing like wildlife, Amish, and no road shoulders. Shoulders on the road.
Yeah, no shoulder. Oh, a decent chunk of the last bit is like no center line, no edge line. 1.75 lane width. Not really a true 2-lane. At least it doesn't feel like it when you're pulling a trailer.
Luckily, I don't think it was rainy on the way down there. It was dry on the way down there.
We
saw rainbows and stuff, but it was pretty dry by the time we got there. It's not like we were driving in the middle of a torrential downpour or anything.
No, we came in. Our timing was pretty decent. Set up... as far as the Cleveland Moto group that was there already, Kromke was there, Tom and Becky. I think that was kind of it.
Yeah, a lot of people came in a day or two later based on work schedules and just life.
Yeah. So you have the practice football field in the middle, and there's rules, but really the only rule is you do not ride on the practice field, which instinctively turns it into a oval track-ish experience. So it's like barrel racing from vintage days, but bigger. And luckily for rain, made it slower. Because when it was dry, it is a lot of distance on those straightaways. And you can get moving.
I think I hit 30.
I think whenever I was pushing it, I don't know that I got to 40, but was probably brushing upper 30s.
You'd have to really throttle it to I don't think it's that far. It's not that long.
No, but that's when I was hustling trying to chase down Scooter Dan when he was ripping Kromke's SSR, which he was moving on that thing. I could not catch him. Took the Rattler, took your e-bike.
That's the only two things we had, which fit well on the bed of the truck.
I mean, I could have fit the Royal Alloy. If the Spree was in condition to take it, we could have taken that. So there's more things that fit in the truck, but
we made it comfortable though,
nicely.
And honestly, I think that was enough.
Yeah,
there's enough kind of fluidity to everyone's bikes that.
Well, and also try to leave.
You don't have to have really like a bike for you.
Space, hoping to win a raffle bike,
which did not happen.
Did win because this year's band camp was Stranger Things themed. Won a Stranger Things Dungeons and Dragons set.
Which you were learning to play anyways, weren't you? So
yep, got some buddies
that
are trying to rope me into it.
You're pretty easy.
Yeah, I'll try anything.
Yeah.
I think got a CD and a sticker for some band. Haven't listened to that yet.
I got a Jello book.
Yep, you want a Jello book
and
the Jello
Playboy.
And you want a Playboy.
At the Plinko game.
I believe, was it November of 1989? Playing Plinko? No. Again, Stranger Things, so 80s, right? Yeah, just good time.
It was very
Tom and Becky on point with food.
Different from vintage days. I mean, I didn't really know what to... I expect it to be still more intense just because I'm so used to the hustle of vintage days of like, hurry up and get there as soon as possible. I was very nervous when you wanted to leave at a certain time and that had not happened. I mean, not really surprised, but still disappointed and just lack of promise. But
also,
in the end, it didn't matter.
First trip. All the last minute things you don't think about.
Honestly, like the furthest you've gone to Columbus in the truck. I have not been more than a few minutes away from home in the truck.
Yeah.
First real trip with the truck for me. Definitely first real trip with the camper.
Yep.
Obviously, first real trip for both.
Yep.
And just a lot. I mean, that and we had a delay in getting the camper, so we had it for less than a week, and we had to transfer everything from one to the other. It's kind of like moving. I think my nervous system was pretty wrecked by the time we left because...
Yeah, shout out Winnebago for taking care of it, because the camper was marked that it was supposed to be equipped with a solar panel and solar charge controller, and they were not on it.
No, apparently inspection upon receipt does not exist.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should rat out where we got it, but...
Yeah. I mean, General RV, they took care of it.
Yeah, it just sucks that there was such a 3-week delay in getting it done. It wasn't really anyone's fault. It was just an unfortunate happenstance of thinking you should be able to buy something new and take it home, and that never happens for us.
No, so band camp was less than a week.
Yeah, we had 6 days.
Yes,
5 and a half, 6 days.
Yeah, 6 days from picking up camper to band camp.
Which also, just like it being our first time going to that event, there's a lot of unknown.
Mm-hmm.
It really isn't a ton of work to stock the camper, but with work schedules and life in general, it does take time. And for me, I like to take my time planning things. I want someone who likes to start packing a week in advance, and that just didn't get to happen. I kind of.
Yeah.
But still, I like to save the last minute stuff for making food and everything.
Yeah, there's so many things that I didn't think about until last minute, because we've just been in the groove with the toter home of stuff just lived in the toter home.
Yeah, once you're settled.
There's stuff that I wanted duplicates, so when we sell the toter home to someone, they have that, leveling blocks and wheel chocks. And, one of the things I ended up having to do was we put E-Track in there, and I bought all those nice wheel chocks for the E-Track. Well, I'm going to probably let 1 or 2 go with the toter home, but I bought 4, so I wanted to figure out a way to use them in the truck bed, so I had to get that figured out. Lots of odds and ends that you don't think about
until it's a few days before and you're panicked.
Yeah, you're walking around and you're like, oh,
because everything is I can do it later. I can do it later, and then you run out of later.
Yeah, but camper did good.
Yeah, it was real good. I mean, I think the thing I will miss the most of the toter home is the insulation in which it provided. Yeah. I hear everything. Yeah. I'm a very light sleeper.
I am not.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
So especially when we're going to 2-stroke events, I'm going to resist the urge to get a airsoft gun for these kids that think they need to 2-stroke at 2 a.m.
Listen, earplugs and white noise machine. We're choosing to be there. It is the place to do it if you're going to do it somewhere. You'd rather them do it at Vintage Days than down their street at home.
Care if you ride motorcycles at 2 a.m. Do you have to choose a 2-stroke and be right outside our door?
Yeah.
Those are my challenges.
Well, also, the specific instance you're mentioning was everyone was still up except you. And it was a Lambretto, which was really cool. So
I guess there's a time
I will take 4 a.m. 2-stroke if it means I get to see a Lambretto.
Turns out I'm sleeping in the truck.
Yeah. So all kinds of awesome scooters. Big scooter envy going to that.
Really?
For me. Yeah. All of the Lambrettos.
That's all the quirky things that you drool over.
Yeah, I mean, I still haven't got a vintage scooter in my life. Just getting to see everyone's
life.
Yeah.
The drama.
Well, I just mean don't have one. There's not one in the garage.
We'll shuffle things around. You'll get one someday.
Yeah, but seeing some really clean examples, some ratty examples, old school Vespas, some Bajaj. The raffle bike was a Bajaj. Scooter Dan brought his. Yeah, it was just good time. Johnny Mac brought his buddy with the big bore kit, and he put some knobbies on it, which was the machine for the weekend. He's the only person who showed up with truly appropriate tires on his bike. You could.
My e-bike wasn't too bad.
No, you're right. Your e-bike was pretty good, but those still weren't.
It's not as fun as like an actual scooter.
The reason your e-bike was good is those tires are like pliable enough that you can run the pressure a little lower and they'll kind of like squat. Whereas like his knobby is just hooked up.
Well, do you think that would be beneficial for vintage days to have knobbier tires or not as much because there's asphalt and all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where you're going. At band camp, definitely knobbies. Vintage days, if you're going in the woods, you're going to do some infield, like hill climb stuff. Anywhere in the campground, barrel racing, yeah, beneficial. You're going to go run up and down the main drag a bunch, less beneficial to have knobbies. But, yeah, that bike is a hoot. That big bore kit, it is a rowdy little machine. I hopped on it and just whacked the throttle.
Big boy kit?
A big bore.
Big bore.
Yeah, so it started as, I believe, a 125cc engine. It's now a 160-ish. I forget exactly how big he told me, but increased the size of the engine displacement, right? Whack the throttle, you hit it right in the CVT and clutch engagement, and it'll make the front end light. But I think everyone had a blast on that bike. Those tires were so good, like wet crash, you could like stop on a dime. It just didn't care. He also brought his International Cub Cadet. I forget what year it is.
I feel like it's going to live forever.
Oh, that tractor.
The ghost of that tractor will haunt us.
Good. That thing's phenomenal.
It's such a quirky little thing that always seemed kind of silly at vintage days because it's slow. Yeah. But somewhere like band camp where like life is slow.
Yeah.
Like it's just such a funky little thing.
Yeah, so he hooked up a step 2 wagon to it with like a ratchet strap. And then it's a 3-speed H pattern transmission, and you would just like put it in first and let it idle, and it would drag the wagon around, so people would like go sit on the tractor and in the wagon, and you just like crank the wheel in a circle and it would just put around in the circle like a little carnival ride.
The thing that someone commented on the Facebook event so they just don't get it?
No, someone said it was something to the effect of, I'm going to paraphrase because I don't remember the exact wording, but like, I don't understand. And then in another one, it was, this event just keeps getting weird or weirder. And it was the picture of the tractor pulling the wagon. And then at another point, there was a pool inflatable that was then strapped to the back of the wagon. And they posted a picture of that and then put ... and weirder.
I saw in a previous year that inflatable has been around.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, I feel like I saw a picture from like years ago. I thought it was like another random thing Johnny Mac bought, but I guess it was just like something random found. Maybe it shows up every year or something. Yeah. I think it's made for water sports, so it's pretty robust. It's not just a swimming pool. It's like a whole different material for like speedboats and...
Oh, like a tube.
Yeah.
It's not very big for tubing, though.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
But it was a good time watching everyone ride around on that thing.
I think it was a good break-in for the camper because otherwise I would have had all that same panic before vintage days. And I also feel like it alleviated, like vintage days is fun because of the social aspect and you feel like you have to get in swap meeting and racing and the social aspect. So I feel like we've alleviated some of the pressure of being pre-exposed to everyone and being like...
Yeah, I feel like I said this to a couple people, band camp is like vintage days without the background chaos. And not that that's necessarily like a good thing or a bad thing.
They're just different.
There's just so much going on at vintage days. Like
it's very overstimulating.
The road racing and the enduro and the trials
and,
the motocross
FOMO.
And the pit bikes and the barrel racing and the swap meet and the infield vendors. And like, there's always something going on in addition to all of the stuff going on in the campground.
In a band camp, there's like nothing going on.
Yeah, like they have their scheduled events, and otherwise you're just all sitting around.
But everyone goes to that one thing. It's not like 20 things at once.
No, like watching.
It's more community focused.
Yeah. So it was a blast getting to watch Johnny Mac and Johnny Sanchez do the potato game. Mm-hmm. Meeting some of the other Jedi Scooter Club members. So Oscar showed up.
Can I say how glad I am that you didn't make me do that potato game?
I'm sure very much so. Yeah. So Oscar came in. Scotty, whose last name I don't remember, Casey maybe, and then Johnny Sanchez. Man, what awesome people. Me and Johnny talked a bit. He was very excited about my flat top. He's a barber, so we asked about flat tops.
He was like really quiet coming in, but the longer he stayed, I think like everyone just liked him more and more.
I can't wait to see him next year.
Yeah, it's a bummer that you won't see him until next year.
Unless I go to Denver. I told him if I end up in Denver, he's giving me a haircut. You can
go to a Broncos game and get a haircut. It's an expensive haircut.
Hey.
Worth it.
Yeah, good times.
Did he say that he could do the flat top?
Yeah. No, he was very excited. He's like, you just don't see horseshoe flat tops very often. Swiggy from Nokomoto
drove out like a true champion.
From Greeley, Colorado, in the Ranger. Italjet dragster, loaded in the bed. Also,
did that get ridden much, or was it too fast?
No,
or do I just assume it's fast because it's called dragster? Is it even fast?
It's a speedy bike. It went around a decent amount when it was dry. I don't think anyone really wanted to take it out when it was wet, except for Swigs. It was impressive how well he rode that in the wet, because once it started raining, it was like ice, like slick. The corners were just getting worse and worse. I went down on the Rattler, really low speed, turn 1. Then I think it was Saturday night. Phil had brought all the Black Cats, the yellow units, as they were affectionately named, which had been beat up on. They went and did a creek crossing.
I think we're all going to be kind of sad if those bikes ever actually do sell.
I know, right? Like Johnny Sanchez put one down, which I forget. That must have been earlier in the day on Saturday, because I remember going out to do a lap, coming back, and everyone's like, "Oh, did you see him go down?" And I said, "Who?" And he turned, and the whole
his one side was destroyed.
Whole left side of his body was just mud.
And the best part is he never washed it off. He just wore it like a trophy. Just no shame.
It was good. I don't remember for Friday or Saturday, but yeah, that was a good time. But Saturday night, it was the whole like, "Oh, go do a lap." So we all took a lap on the Black Cats. I went down coming out of turn 1, going into turn 2.
You did a full 180, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Both my offs were very low speed.
What are your offs?
Yeah, leaving the bike, getting off the bike.
Luckily, like no one seemed to get really hurt or anything. As many like people went down. It's something you worry about.
No, because you can only ride so fast, right? Like. And it was very much so a situation on the Black Cat where I thought I had enough traction at that point, and the rear tire disagreed. But I was not in the corner anymore. I was going straight. So it was the world's slowest 180 and then tipping over, where in both cases, the Black Cat and the Rattler, the bike, I kept up. It was just me exiting the bike and like sitting on the ground trying to hold the bike up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Such a martyr.
Well, it was so slow that it was just like the bike's pivoting and like my weight shifting, and I'm no longer going to be able to stay on the bike. So exit the bike. Ended up with a bruise.
It's true.
That's about it.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
No broken skin.
No, it was a good time.
So now we have another event on your list for next year, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Well, I do think, again, it's a good break-in to Vintage Days. It was good to take everything for a test drive. Even just the idea of it. I'm hoping there's a lot less pressure for Vintage Days as we try to do everything all the time.
Yeah.
Now we can kind of pace ourselves a little better. I feel like I don't even like meal planning feels like a little less intimidating now that I've kind of like gotten into it, trialed everything, and figured out how we want to live in that thing.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with this whole Irish pub thing, because Bandcamp was leaning tiki drinks. Scooter Dan brought stuff for Liquid Vacations.
But I wouldn't say there wasn't any themes.
Yeah, Vulcan Dan brought stuff for Liquid Vacations. Swiggy brought stuff to do the 2 drinks him and MotoG Pete developed, Biker's Grog and what was the other one? Verdant Idol, I believe. Biker's Grog was quite delicious.
Maybe we can go back to Tiki theme next year, so that way when Pete and Swiggy show up, they can model their new drinks.
Yeah. Yeah. I do enjoy the laughable idea of Irish food. And Irish... I'm just sitting there envisioning, like, Guinness and, like... I don't know, like... pot pie situation, like really hearty foods, right? In the middle of July, probably baking in the sun.
Should we like bring some beef and potatoes just to sit out and cook?
Yeah, like corned beef kind of stuff. We'll see how it goes down. But yeah, so that's Vintage Days next on the horizon coming up before we know it.
Yep. And then you can have your post-holiday depression.
I may try and get to the Moto Guzzi rally again this year, but actually go.
Oh.
You remember last year I rode down and just caught the demo truck at the end of it.
Where was that? Columbus?
Ish.
Okay. And that was only one day though, right?
No, it's 2 or 3.
Oh, really? People like actually go down and like stay all weekend.
Yeah. There's like cabins and stuff down there. People camp.
You have to fill me in.
Yep.
I didn't realize that's what it was.
So yeah, we'll see. I may try and do that one this year. Actually do it.
It'd be nice weather.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a cool area. The roads around Bandcamp, definitely something to try and get to more next year. Just so many twisties over there. Craziness.
Yeah, maybe if it hadn't been so crazy. I don't know if you really want to leave any more than you need to, though. There's something like magnificent about not needing to be anywhere and not having any responsibility that like you don't have to worry about if it's warm, wearing a helmet as much necessarily because you're literally just like putzing around.
Yeah.
You can like time just doesn't exist when you do a trip like that. So you can kind of just...
We showed up and we did not leave Bandcamp until it was time to leave Bandcamp.
No, and that's how I like to kind of vacation too. I don't want to go inland. I don't want to go to Walmart. I just want to live in the moment.
Yeah. Anything else Bandcamp?
I don't think so.
Phil and Merritt.
You can listen to the Cleveland Moto podcast in order to get another perspective on what happened. We got a few pictures. I don't know why I only took pictures of Johnny Mac. I think it's because
he was the one doing stuff, trying to get everyone else to do stuff.
But he's also like not crazy over the top, like energetic and like moving. So it's very easy to just like capture him as compared to like if people get on bikes and go do crazy things, like go down the creeks. Like I'm not going after you just to take a picture. Like I love lifestyle photography so much.
You're taking photos of whatever's happening around the camp.
Around me. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, there's a few things looking back now. I'm like, oh, that would have been funny. But people are so ridiculous in the moment. Sometimes I just try to ignore it.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I'm like, oh, that was funny. It would have been nice to reflect on that. But
I wish I had a video. I hope someone got a video. They do this thing. I think they may have renamed it. I think they call it the Mexicana 1000 or something.
I saw photos of that.
So it's like this race, but there's like challenges involved, right? So this year, the first challenge they had to do was a 2-person team. The one person is on a pedal bike, blindfolded.
Which is insane.
With a walkie-talkie.
Because remember, it's wet.
And the other person has to give them directions. And Johnny Sanchez ends up on this old banana seat, I don't know, Schwinn probably.
The smallest bike
ever. I mean, it was probably the right choice in my mind of like the tires were skinny, maybe you cut down through the mud and like nice stable platform because the other ones were like BMXs and you have to stand up on blindfolded, right? Mm-hmm. We're watching Scooter Dan's doing good. He like takes off and he's getting down to turn 1 where like the relay happens and they like get on the scooter. And I'm like, I don't think they're going to think to tell these guys to stop, which they didn't because he slammed into the hay bales in turn 1.
I didn't see it all. It's too bad they wouldn't have had like a Jumbotron for that.
Yeah. But then we look back, Johnny Sanchez has taken a left and is now ridden through the flags roping off the practice field.
Oh, yeah, and apparently they just
across the middle of the
lost communication or something.
The walkie-talkie's cut out. He is all the way to the other side of the practice field. Turns around, starts coming back. His partner, I think his name was Skylar, had already rode around the field to try and pick him up on the other side. It was fantastic. I wish, if there's a video of that anywhere, I'm going to find it and post it in the show notes.
Might not have the same essence.
My abs hurt so much from laughing after that. I was dying. It was great. Okay, onward. Other stuff. When I started writing these notes, it was the night before the last Colbert show. What a bummer. Just watching popular culture and
deteriorate.
Yeah, late night TV die. I hope it has some type of revival at some point. I'm going to deeply miss that show coming from the Letterman days, growing up with it. My parents were adamant Letterman watchers. And I talked about it on a previous episode. Music discovery through that. It was a fantastic show. So I don't know how we're going to do this moving forward. I haven't really figured out a format. Because I still am going to try and do my playlist, but I haven't really found enough to put together a whole playlist this year yet. But we're going to do a music pick, right? We can't play it. I'm going to throw a link in the show notes. You can go listen to it. But my pick for this episode is People Hatin' by the Red Clay Strays.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, been on repeat on my one playlist. Pretty good. I also put on here some type of feel-good video that was a YouTube short, and it's gone.
Oh, it got deleted?
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh.
I don't remember what it was, but apparently it was a feel-good story. So
we don't need any of that here, apparently.
Nope. Also went and did a ride to Southern Ohio with my uncle. We did 240 miles. Took the Norge out. It was great. Did some twisties. Did a little gravel. Is that the longest
ride you've been on with that one?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I've been down to Columbus and back and all around. It's up there.
Columbus is about that, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's right up there. It may technically, but I don't think. I think the one day when I took the really long way to Columbus, I think I did 3 and some change on that. But that was kind of a trial run. We're going to try and do 1,000 mile.
We?
Yeah. Me, my uncle, my cousin. I don't know. We'll do the 1K in a day. If you're not familiar with them, they're on Instagram. They certify rides like Iron Butt, but their rules are a little less stringent. Iron Butt has rules on how often you have to stop for fuel. It's, I think from memory, every 150 miles, 200 miles. Don't quote me on it. Go look it up. But 1K in a day basically was start point, end point, some pictures in between.
To level the playing field for bikes with bigger tanks?
It's to, I think, make it more accurate in absence of GPS records.
If you were going to do that, you would do it so you ended up here, right? You did 500 out and 500 back or something.
We're not doing 1,000 out and 1,000 back.
Well, that's not what I meant. I just don't know if you'd ride somewhere specific, but then you still have to scrap it together home or something like that. Or if you're 1,000 miles, you're prepared to be done because
I mean you overshoot on off chance of you take a detour and it's under or something happens, right? So schedule 1,100 miles ish. Figure out as you're getting close if you need to add some detours on there. But yeah, I had mapped out a couple different routes before whenever I was thinking about doing it, and I've got to dig those up because we're starting to look for when exactly we're gonna try and do this run. But I'd done a kind of cool Ohio loop, but you kind of got to time the start of it because it was start in the Akron area and go do, I think it's Route 7 or Route 8 that runs along the river and hit the Triple Nickel, which is one of our Tail of the Dragon style roads, but you don't want to hit that at night. Right?
Yeah, so you want to be strategic. And it's going to take more time to do something like that. If you were doing 1,000 miles, wouldn't you want it to be easy?
Yeah, I mean, we're probably realistically just going to do a bunch of interstate, right? Hop on 77 and run it down.
I didn't realize you were planning this. This is new to me.
Yeah, I mentioned it back in like March when we had talked about it originally.
Oh, maybe I just missed it then.
Yeah. But, so that's on the horizon. Did some big time updates to the website. There's going to be a place on there you can sign up for a newsletter because I have finally published what I've been working on for the website. Every time we do the show, I sit down and sift through a whole bunch of news, right? And I've tried to find ways to make that easier and have like bookmark actions that just like open up all the sites I reference and everything. And now I have automated pulling in articles from all these different sites and have a little automated summary that's generated. And the newsletter is probably just going to be once a week. You feel like top, I don't know yet, 5-10 stories of the week. So for those of you who want to stay informed and don't want to have to crawl all over the motorcycle news websites, that's there now. You can go to motohop.co and right on the homepage, see the latest news. Also have built in the recall tracker watcher thing that I had been talking about. So we probably will talk about recalls as they come up to an extent, but the moment they land on the NHTSA website, well, pretty close to the moment they land on the NHTSA website, they will end up on motohop.co. You can go there, you can browse through the most recent ones, you can go and pick a make, you can pick a make, a model, a year, specific components, and just kind of look at all the recalls from that. So I think right now we have like 570 recalls tracked on the website. Sheesh. And I don't know if we've crossed 200 news stories so far, but we're rolling up. By the time this lands, we'll probably be over 200 news stories on the website. Yeah, so cool stuff happening there. Also, I'm incorporating our kind of like friend podcasts. So all the group that's on motorcycle-podcasts.com is also now on the homepage of MotoHop. So our most recent episodes will be there, but also Cleve Moto, Motorcycles and Misfits, NOCO, and Creative Riding.
So if you got a long ride ahead, you have somewhere to go to find them all.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make it like a hub, right? So if you just go there, you can find news, you can find recalls, you can find other listening materials. So we don't have to check 400 motorcycle websites for all the stuff we try and stay plugged into. Yeah.
Good job.
And then Vintage Day shirt, got that knocked out?
I have ordered our samples. Okay. So once those come in and we validate that we like them, that we're happy with them, they will be available publicly. I will put something on my Instagram. I imagine the link will be available. I don't know if you want to do something on the website or not.
I have a spot right up top on the homepage. Right now, the Midnight Rider glow-in-the-dark possum sticker is our featured item. And that will rotate as we introduce new stuff and restock stuff.
We need to order more of those, in fact.
We certainly do. Thank you, Mike Stewart. So, yeah, when the Vintage Days shirt is posted, it'll be linked there. We'll probably put it in the Vintage Days group. It'll be in the Cleve Moto group. It'll be on your Instagram. It'll be on my Instagram.
Hopefully everyone can find it. Might even post it on some Vintage Days Facebook groups.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, we'll put it in the Vintage Days Facebook group like we did last year.
It's a cutie one.
Yeah, it is a fun one.
I have a few stickers.
Style this year.
Yeah, I have a few stickers that I printed and took with us. I've kind of soft launched it. It would make a great coloring page, perhaps after the fact or even before. We will make a download for you all.
And if we offer it on white shirts, then people can like color
it.
Yeah.
I should take markers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I hadn't even thought of that. I just figured no one would want to wear. I don't want to wear a white shirt.
No, not at Vintage Days.
Never.
No. All right. On to the news.
Yep.
All right. We're going to start with the sad stuff up top. We have lost Dan Bromley. Dan Bromley, if you were not aware, was a accomplished flat track racer. He was the 2018 American Flat Track Singles Champion, the 2025 American Flat Track Adventure Tracker Champion. He's 30 years old. They have not put out a ton of details. I've seen speculation back and forth on exactly what the accident was. It was a multi-rider accident from the sounds of it. But at the end of the day, massive loss. And all you can really hope for is the sport and industry as a whole takes something from this and hopefully makes improvements to safety if possible.
Why do you think they're being so discreet about saying what happened? Because I went to look to see if there was updates, and there hasn't been. Like, everything is just like it was due to an accident that happened on the course. That's it. I mean, I wonder if it's like protect the privacy because it was like an accident and they don't want anyone to like feel responsible.
I think that's part of it. The other part is it doesn't really matter, right? Like,
no, but considering the fact it's like a place where news is clicks and clicks is goals, like, why is no one saying anything? It's a universal hush is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it happened at the Lima Half Mile, and according to internet chatter, I have not been able to confirm this myself, but Flow Racing live streams those races, and apparently live streamed it, and there was some potentially gruesome stuff that was live streamed.
I guess that's a risk though when you're watching any sport, really, you know,
sure.
Especially high speed.
Yeah,
bad things can happen.
Yeah. So thinking about this though in the safety angle, it makes me think of John Force. If you don't follow drag racing, John Force recently retired, NHRA, I don't know how many times, some obscene amount of time, championship winner. But one of his lasting impressions on that sport is the way he's influenced safety in that sport. Mostly because he's done it so long and pushed the limit so long. He's wrecked in new and interesting and novel ways multiple times. Mm. He is part of the reason why Hans devices became required in that. They made like chassis changes. His team was the first one to do the tethering to the funny car bodies. Just on and on. So they said we know there's a risk when you compete in motorsports. It doesn't mean we can't strive to minimize those dangers when possible, though. So hopefully, if there's something to learn there, it's learned and helps someone in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harley is moving some production back to the U.S. Did you read into that one at all?
I did. It was pretty vague. Where are they moving it from?
So the RevMax platform bikes are what's moving back. So that is going to be the Pan America Sportster S and the Nightster. I don't know if they call it the Nightster 975 or just the Nightster. But Thailand, I believe, is where they currently produce those engines. Somewhere in Southeast Asia. I should know this. I don't. But
Harley expected to manufacture more than 100,000 motorcycles out of its York, Pennsylvania facility that year, but that doesn't necessarily mean that all of them have been transferred. That's just a total.
Yes. It is interesting to me that this engine that was kind of distinctly chosen to not be produced in the U.S. is being moved back. I think part of it's probably the tariffs. I'm still sure they're still going to produce like foreign market bikes in the foreign markets. Mm-hmm. It was in fact Thailand. I did remember that correctly. So those are coming back. Harley also is starting to lighten up their grip on the X350s that are in the US, which have been Rider Academy only bikes. So those are starting to pop up for sale. A little hat tip to Mantree is the Facebook account name in the Cleveland Moto Facebook group. He threw a link in here to the document from Harley about the retail kit, that bulletin they put out to the dealers for this retail conversion kit so they can sell on these Rider Academy bikes. Pricing is a little bit all over the place. The kind of most attractive one I saw, if you want something low miles, was there's one in Alabama, 258 miles on it, listed for $69.95. So $7,000 get you something almost brand new with a Harley Davidson badge on it. If it's up your alley, cool.
If not, then don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting bike. I don't think it's a $7,000 used bike, but also part of that's like dealer stuff.
Well, it takes one person.
Yeah. And because it's been a minute since we recorded, if you at all have been paying attention to the cruiser portion of the industry, you probably saw the ads that Indian ran against Harley.
There was multiple?
Well, no, I guess ad.
Oh.
There's some other like poking stuff, but it's really kind of the one main ad. Did you watch it?
I did. It was odd.
Yeah, so it very much is framed like a political ad, right?
Where you just like beat down your opponent.
It feels like a politician, right? Like it starts like by, comparing the CEOs and trying to like be like, oh, Artie Stars comes from Pizza Hut, and
yeah,
an Indian CEO is ex-Harley guy.
I wonder why they did that.
So they're owned now by like a private equity firm. And I don't know what the thought process is here other than the cruiser market in North America, specifically the US, is kind of like zero sum at this point. The only way you're getting more market share is by taking it from someone else. And I think the thought process is the easiest person to take it from is the person who holds the largest market share, which is Harley, right?
I wonder if that was like effective in any way, though.
I can't imagine it was, because if you looked at the comments,
even the people, like no one had anything good to say about it, but bad engagement is still engagement.
I guess, but everyone is like, you're two American companies and you're not beating up on each other because it's kind of one-sided. It's just Indian trying to, poke at Harley. But it also had these weird, like borderline dog whistly undertones of the one quote from here was, they chased political trends. We backed the people that matter. Now, when they said they chased political trends, on the screen they showed DEI, but they didn't say it in the audio portion. So I didn't go through it frame by frame, but whenever you do the whole anti-DEI and then state we back the people that matter, and then it seems like from my multiple watch throughs, there are only white people in the entire video.
It was really just, I thought, I'm not good at reading between lines, but it feels very vague to say we back the people that matter. It kind of leaves that open for interpretation to like however you want to. It doesn't specifically say anything. No, but to state that right after you say, Harley chased political trends and state that it was DEI that they were chasing, and then saying that instead of that, you backed the people that matter, seems to me that you are implying you're anti-diversity, right? Well, they got rid of DEI, didn't they?
Who?
Harley. So isn't that kind of saying that like...
Yeah, I don't think
we didn't alter based on trends. Like,
I don't think the whole thing was well formed.
Right? I bet you it was someone high up got defensive about something, got like emotionally charged, wanted to prove something, and then the entire marketing department was like, no. But it was someone with a lot of pull, and they just had to do it. And they're like, fine, we'll do it. We'll put it out there. And then, it didn't go over well, and there's nothing you could do about it because Mr. Stakeholder got what he wanted.
Yeah.
It was probably all written by AI.
The other thing that cracked me up was they had a dig in there about electric bikes. Well, if you take Indian back to pre the sale from Polaris, right, it really started with Victory. And the only reason Indian came about was the name became available. So the most recent incarnation of Indian really is an extension of Victory, who, I don't know if anyone remembers, had the Victory / Bramo Impulse TT. They beat Harley to the market by several years. The Livewire didn't come out for, I forget, 4 years maybe after the Impulse TT. So it was another weird place to like poke at them. And then you just kind of cap the whole thing off. Pete and Swiggy at NOCO, I think they call it a legacy fraud is their term for it. But the Indian saying since 1901. Well, like the name existed since 1901, but it's been like 20 different companies since 1901, right? So it's different when you try and lean on that number against Harley, who has been Harley essentially since the inception of Harley, right? It hasn't died and risen from the ashes multiple times like Indian has. So, I don't know. The whole situation feels weird to me.
Yeah, and I went through their Instagram to see like the overall branding aesthetic that they normally go for.
Mm-hmm.
And like I didn't watch everything, obviously, but it was kind of out of the blue. Usually it's just sharing kind of motorcycle news, not getting aggressive. So very odd, very defensive, very angry, very bad vibes.
Yeah. We'll see what comes of it. I don't think they made anyone super happy with it. Kymco is potentially bringing an adventure scooter to the U.S. So they filed a trademark for the CV X45. So it appears that it aligns with one of their concept scooters they put together. If that stuff holds true, it's going to be a 427cc single cylinder. So in that 450 class that's blowing up in the adventure bike market. About 34 horsepower, about 30 foot-pounds of torque, 15-inch front wheel, 14-inch rear wheel. I think it's decent looking from at least what we're assuming it looks like. It is interesting because last I knew, I don't think Honda's brought any of their bigger adventure scooters to the US yet. I think we're still just with the ADV 160 now. It started as the 150. Yeah, it appears that we still only have the small one. They have the 350 and the 750 in other markets. So they wouldn't really have any competitors if they bring it. And 427 single cylinder is pretty big for a scooter in the U.S. market. So hopefully that comes to fruition. Vespa has shown off their 80th anniversary limited edition GTS. Did you get a chance to look at this?
I did. She's cute.
Yeah. A little green on silver. I think it looks sharp.
Very tasteful.
Mm-hmm.
Almost cartoony. I don't know if it's just the way they took the pictures or because if it's like, I don't know. It's like that satin finish. It almost looks not real.
Yeah. The green seat on the silver bodywork is pretty cool.
And the rim too.
Yeah. And then the color matching 80 decals on it. I think it's a sharp looking bike. They're doing 1,946 units, right, for the year.
All together throughout the entire world.
Yep. For the year Vespa was started. So, yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see how many wander around, right? I'm blanking, the 946, whatever their super artsy looking one is that they've been doing the Chinese, like years with. They did like the snake and whatever. Those are limited run as well, and those seem to make it around. Those? Well, Phil seems to get stuck with at least one a year. So, which he's...
Is that the one that had the rabbit on it at one point?
They did a rabbit one. They did the snake. It was
kind of like an MXPX looking rabbit. It wasn't like traditional by any means. It was pretty punk rock.
Yeah, I believe Phil has one right now, and it has like do not touch, do not sit on, because they're expensive scooters. Yes, it is a 946. And it appears that the current year is the 946 horse.
Mm.
Yeah, they've said they started doing the Chinese calendar stuff 3-4 years ago, maybe, and have just remained on that kick. Before that, it was very like art forward stuff.
I did not realize they were like that expensive.
Yeah, the 946, yeah, she's not a cheap one. Like 13, 14 grandish.
Oh.
Yeah. More expensive than other Vespas. You can get a Vespa GTV 310 for less than that.
Huh.
Which I know because while I was on the site browsing, apparently I had missed all of the like matte green colors that they are doing on the Sprint and the GTV. Did you look at those?
No, I did not peruse the entire Vespa site looking for...
I put the links in there.
Oh.
It was the next links on the Vespa story.
No, I didn't go too far.
Yeah, it's just a nice kind of middle-of-the-roadish green.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, and that GTV 310, that bike does something for me.
Oh, dear.
Putting the headlight on the fender... Give me some like naked bar-ish setup. Yeah.
I don't think it does anything for you. I think you should turn away.
And not buy
Shield
anything
your eyes.
ever. Yes, I know. So I hope Phil ends up with at least one just so I can see one in person.
Yeah.
Of the 80th anniversary. Yeah. I do think that's a sharp looking bike. And then the last story I have on here is Moto Guzzi has patented a hybrid setup. So it appears that it's targeting their larger displacement engine. It is going to have a fully electric mode. And when I say it appears to be targeting a larger displacement engine, both from the drawings in addition to the fact that they've been renewing or registering trademarks in different jurisdictions for Eldorado, California, and the MGX 21 Flying Fortress. So those were all big displacement bikes. I think the hybrid stuff really intrigues me. I hope it becomes popular enough to not be a pain to own. On the basis of it would be nice, like if I was out late, I try and be very respectable to our neighbors. No one has ever come to complain to us, but like the Vulcan's not a quiet bike. The Harley's not a quiet bike.
No, but don't you want a certain amount of noise for safety though?
That's debatable. I enjoy noise. I want to hear my bike, right? But down the street from our house, I normally try and like clutch in and coast to our house and like not be obnoxious, just be neighborly.
Yeah.
And this would be cool because you'd be like, cool, I'm on our street. Let me kick it into electric, right? And have no engine noise.
Be good for city driving.
Yeah, also fantastic for city, right? So we'll see if it makes it around. They've also been toying with a 450-ish class bike, which would be a departure because I think it's going to be, I forget if that's a single or parallel twin coming from Aprilia from memory. There was just some spy photos, but I didn't throw it on here because it's not a huge development from what we had already seen teased a while back. But seeing Moto Guzzi step out of their comfort zone the past couple years, getting a modern liquid-cooled bike in the V100 series bikes, the Stelvio, and I think they've just started calling it the V100. To see them progress into non-V-twins would be interesting, although I really do like their V-twins. But a hybrid setup does intrigue me. I see benefit, but like I said, it's got to be well enough adopted that you're not going to be like, buy this bike and they kill it next year, and then you got a bunch of parts you can't get for your bike.
Is it hybrid like a Prius or hybrid?
Hybrid like a Prius.
Oh, okay. So.
Well, actually, no. It depends on the Prius because you can run full electric. A standard Prius, while there are plugins now, like they'll do electric from a stop and then kick over to the engine. Where this, it sounds like you can lock it into a full electric only mode. Right?
So you'd have to charge it?
No. It'd be interesting if they have a plug-in option though. But no, it would recharge as you drive like a standard hybrid. I at one point had all of the naming. I think they call that a weak hybrid. I don't remember.
Okay.
There's so much electric stuff. Well, I think that's it. Fairly short episode for us.
I'm still tired.
Yeah, I know. Check out the website. Shirts coming soon. Next episode should be a little more news heavy for everyone. Assuming news keeps coming. There is some cool stuff that I didn't throw in here that we'll talk more about on the next one. Some like dual motor scooters that people are working on. Actually, dual electric motor plus gas engine hybrid scooter stuff that's going on.
That's what I wondered.
Yeah. Anything else from you?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I think that's an episode. See you guys next week. Maybe. Hopefully.
Let's not make promises we can't keep.
I know. We'll see. But see you next time.
Bye.